never that.
I've never heard anybody say, you know,
Yeah.
that bitch ass nigga Snoop. It's just like, yo, Snoop is the big homie. East, West,
That's the
South, it
homie.
doesn't matter.
Because I'm hands-on, baby girl, meaning that even when we had issues with the East Coast, I was the only nigga that was willing to confront the East Coast niggas, whether it was disrespectful or respectful,
Right.
in the way that these niggas out here respected it.
I remember you was on that stage. You said, "Let it be known.
Yeah,
Let it be known."
yeah.
You know.
We need to know. I need to know that you niggas love Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg, because I feel like this is my home
That was
right
a
here.
motherfucking
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah, it was.
But I cut the ice with that moment. I put my life on the line. Nobody knew that my life was on the line, because some nigga from New York could have been like, nigga, fuck you.
No,
Yeah.
You is the head nigga we need to knock off.
Yeah.
No, I think we all knew. I remember I felt like, oh shit, this nigga Snoop is crazy.
Go to YouTube and rewind that. Go check that
Was
out.
there
You
ever
can-
a time where you was in the industry? Because it does get very crazy behind the scenes.
Yeah.
On the camera and off the camera. Was there ever a point where you just felt like, yo, this shit is getting a little bit too out of hand? Did it ever get scary for you where you felt like, you know, let me bow out a little bit? Or
It was never scary, but it was the point where I had to retreat. And that was when Biggie Smalls had got killed. That's when I called Minister Farrakhan, because I didn't think that was right. You know what I'm saying? Biggie Smalls was a friend of mine. You know what I'm saying? I had a lot of love for him, and I didn't want the information to be relayed like the West Coast niggas killed him. You know what I'm saying? So when I got with Minister Farrakhan, you know, it's documented that he had all of the rappers and myself come to his house, and we got structure. That's when Fat Joe gained all respect for me, because he had issues with Ice Cube, and he got at Ice Cube like a real motherfucker. A real mother. And he drove out there. That nigga was like, nigga, I don't fly nowhere. I drove out here.
Right.
But I had never really knew Fat Joe like that, but that day was needed. Cam and Ice Cube was beefing. It was just like, it was so much going on. But once Biggie got killed, I called Minister Farrakhan. I said, Minister Farrakhan, I'm not scared, but I know that the vibe is going to be them West Coast niggas did that, and we need to hit Snoop Dogg because he the next one. He the only one. And he was in the middle of that shit. But he wasn't, because it was a time when I went to Angie Martinez's radio show, and she asked me, when Pac was alive, when we was in New York, how do you feel about Biggie and Puffy? And I told her, them is my homies. I got love for them.
And did you get any backlash from,
What?
that, from the West Coast? Because I remember that.
Not the West Coast. I got backlash from Suge Knight, Tupac, and Death Row. And them was our last days hanging out before he got killed. So we ended on a kind of foul note, because he felt like I didn't stay down with him. In actuality, I did stay down with him, because before I knew Tupac and before I knew Biggie, I was cool with everybody. So once I met Pac, I still was cool with Biggie.
right.
You feel what I'm saying? So it was
Yeah.
like, do you want me to stop my friendship because of something that you think he did to you? And as a man, every time I see you press up on Biggie, he didn't want it. So
Yeah.
do you want me to jump in and he acting like he don't want it? It don't make no sense for us to double team him, and he don't even want it one-on-one.
Right.
He's acting like he don't want an issue with you. A bigger man would say, okay, I got you, you don't want none. Not constantly driving him, riding him, because the nigga had skills. If he wanted to shoot back some shit, he could have shot back some
Yeah.
super gangster shit. I heard the subliminal shit he was shooting.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So at the same time, it's like he was strategic with, I'm not going to start a fire. I'll just shoot a shot here and there. You know, I'm not no punk, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
But how do you feel hip hop would be today if Big and Tupac was here still?
If they were here today and they were on peace, I think hip hop would be a beautiful place to be. But if they were here and they still was on, you know, I don't like you and I can't deal with you, I don't think hip hop would be as far as it is. I don't think it would be as grown as it is and as accepted as it is. One thing about anything you do, sometimes sacrifices have to be made. And it's sad to say that their lives had to be sacrificed for hip hop to become what it is today. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, God took them away for a reason, and he put them here for a reason. They time that they was here and the spirits that they shed on people and the love that they gave through their music should be cherished. You know what I'm saying? I got a chance to know both of them cats. I hung out with them both. Hung out with Biggie in New York at the studio. He played the song for me, the one on his record, the one Dreaming of Lear jets and mansions and coupes and trying to sell records like Snoop. Oops. He played that record for me before he passed away in the studio, and then he was in the other studio with Premier working on the 10 Crack Commandments. He had 3 rooms popping at one time. I was in there with her smoking that real shit.